Yields back. Gentleman from Maryland is recognized.
Thank you kindly, Mr. Chairman. Director Patel, before you joined the FBI, you railed against it for covering up Jeffrey Epstein's human trafficking ring. Let me refresh your memory with this clip.
It has Epstein's list. They're sitting on it. That doesn't seem like something you should do. You're protecting the world's foremost predator. That seems like an evil thing to do, regardless of who may be embarrassed in the release of that list. Why is the FBI protecting the greatest pederast, the largest scale? Why is the FBI protecting the greatest pederast, the largest scale pederast in human history?
Simple, because of who's on that list.
So you finished that December 2023 interview with a challenge to the FBI and harsh words for Republicans in Congress for not getting the Epstein files out to the public. You can see this clip.
Boy pants, and let us know who the pedophiles are.
Put on your big boy pants and let us know who the pedophiles are, you said. You emphasized that the president and FBI director each had complete authority to release Epstein's client list. You said Epstein's black book is under the, quote, direct control of the director of the FBI. Look at this clip.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to America Patriots, the channel where we break down the chaos in D.C. with a little humor, a little common sense, and a whole lot of unapologetic patriot energy. Before we dive in, make sure you like, subscribe, and drop a comment. Because if we don't talk about what's going on in this country, the folks in Washington sure aren't going to do it for us. And trust me, you're going to want to stick around for this one. All right, let's get into this wild congressional hearing with FBI Director Kash Patel. And oh boy, this one was spicier than a Texas jalapeno on the 4th of July cookout.
This is way off the topic, but who has Jeffrey Epstein's
Black Book?
Black Book?
FBI.
But who? That is, I mean, there's...
Oh, that's under direct control of the director of the FBI.
All right, so you were sworn in as director more than 200 days ago. Now the Black Book is under your direct control. So why haven't you released the names of Epstein's co-conspirators in the rape and sex trafficking of young women and girls?
The Rolodex, which is what everybody colloquially refers to as the Black Book, has been released.
Oh, no, you're talking about what the journalist got 5 years ago? No, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about what you were talking about there,
That's
the Black
exactly
Book
what I
under
was
the direct
talking.
control of the FBI director.
We have released more material than anyone else before. The Biden administration, Obama administration had the exact opportunities to release this material, and they never did. And if you are telling the men and women of the FBI,
Well, why
we're not
have you
going after
changed your
child predators.
position?
Hang on, you said we're not going after child predators. 1,500 child predators arrested this year, 35%
Okay,
increase,
I'll reclaim my time.
4,700 child victims
Mr. Chairman, I'm going to reclaim my time if you could instruct the witness. Why have you changed your position? There you were saying it's under the direct control of the FBI director and all of it should be released. Why have you changed your
Everything
position?
that has been lawfully permitted to be released has been released. And as I told you,
Really?
the investigation was limited. And let me make something crystal clear. I never said Jeffrey Epstein didn't traffic other people, other women, and they're not other victims. This is the investigation we were given from 2006, 7, and 8, and the search warrants from 2006, 7, and 8. That's what we're working with.
Well, wait, have you released all of the stuff that the FBI has seized from Epstein's house? The computers, the emails, the file cabinets, the documents? What about the financial records? Have you released all of that?
Everything the court has allowed us to
Which
release.
court are you talking about?
3 separate federal courts have come in and said...
We're talking about the evidence you've got. It's got nothing to do with what those courts have.
Do you have any idea how the law works?
Wait.
Do you want me to break the law in a federal judge's order?
No, I want you to follow your own word, Director Patel. You said up there it was under the direct control of the FBI director. He had the Black Book.
Everything I have direct control over, we have gone to court. You haven't.
Complete your sentence. Everything you have direct control over, you said.
Have gone to court, and everything we have direct control
Patel,
over.
Complete your sentence. You said everything.
Release. We're releasing.
He'd like to complete his answer.
You began the sentence, everything you have direct control over, and then you stopped that sentence. You have released everything that you have direct control over?
And I have direct control over and can lawfully release. If you're not familiar with the court orders, that's not my fault.
Oh, I'm perfectly,
look at them.
I'm perfectly familiar with them, but how did we prosecute Ghislaine Maxwell?
She was prosecuted with the investigatory material that was collected from 2001 and 2005 because of the non-prosecution agreements and the court orders on the investigations and search warrants. We were not able to develop new information. And oh, by the way, Jeffrey Epstein was out for 12 years, and the Obama and Biden administration did nothing to look at his work, his pedophile network. If you want to blame me, that's fine. But now you're blaming the men and women who conducted this great search.
I'm not blaming anybody other than you. You're not keeping your word. You said that you would release all of the materials under your direct control.
Has anyone released more information on Epstein than I have? Has anyone?
Much more.
Did Comey? Did Ray?
Much more. Excuse me. Much more has come out in the days since the American people in Congress have been demanding it. But it's coming out in dribs and drabs. Why don't you just release the entire file as you promised to do?
I literally just told you, there are multiple federal court orders. I'm not going to break the law to satisfy your curiosity. You didn't join us when we filed court to release the court orders. You could have. You have lawyers. You could have shown up. You didn't do that.
That's a tiny fraction of the material we're talking about.
That is not.
It is a tiny fraction.
How do you know that? Have you seen everything?
It's all misdirection.
How do you know
The time of the gentleman has expired. The gentleman from California.
So the gentleman from Maryland comes out swinging like he just watched a highlight reel of himself in the mirror. He's playing clips of Kash Patel from before Patel ever joined the FBI. Back when Kash was calling out the Bureau for burying Epstein's secrets like they were leftovers shoved in the back of the fridge. And honestly, back then, Kash wasn't wrong. Plenty of us were saying the same thing. What on earth is the FBI doing sitting on this stuff? But now he's a director. And he's not exactly free to throw classified evidence out the window like confetti at a parade. And this congressman knows that. But hey, why miss a chance for a dramatic gotcha moment on C-SPAN? The congressman keeps saying, why haven't you released a list? Why haven't you released every email, every shoe box, every document, every random sticky note from Epstein's house? And Kash basically says, buddy, I can't go to prison for you. We released everything we're legally allowed to. The rest is under federal court order. You want it released? Come to court with us. Honestly, that's the part Kash I like. He's not playing hero for the cameras. He's giving it to them straight. Even when they try to twist it into knots. Most folks who get into these hearings tap dance more than a Broadway cast. But Kash, he's like, here are the facts, deal with it. And then we get the best moment. When the congressman says he's not blaming anybody except you. And Kash basically reminds him that the FBI arrested 1,500 child predators this year. A 35% increase, thousands of victims rescued. Meanwhile, Epstein was flying around free for over a decade and whole administration shrugged like, we'll get to it eventually. You could feel the air go still in that room. And look, here's my honest patriotic take. Do I want the Epstein files released? Absolutely. Sunshine is always the best disinfectant. If there are powerful people who abuse girls and hid behind connections, throw the whole truth at them like the hardcover version. But do I expect Kash to break federal law on live TV because some congressman wants a viral clip? Not unless the man wants to decorate his office from inside a jail cell. This whole hearing felt like a political performance more than a genuine attempt to get answers. And Patel handled it better than most people would with 5 cameras in their face and a congressman trying to turn every sentence into a trap. Kash kept his cool, kept it lawful, kept it direct, and honestly, that's what a lot of us patriots have been wanting for a long time. A government official who actually respects the law while trying to do the right thing. And what cracked me up the most? The congressman kept interrupting like he was auditioning for America's Got Interjections. And Kash just sat there like, are you done? Can I finish my sentence? Or is this now a guessing game where I fill in the rest of the paragraph with crayons? Look, folks, agree with Kash, disagree with Kash, but the man didn't run from his past statements. He just explained what changes when you go from outsider critic to legal authority with actual responsibility. And personally, I think he's doing the job the right way, pushing transparency where he legally can and not bending the rules where he can't. And that's why I support him. Anyway, Patriots, let me know what you think in the comments. Do you agree with Kash? Do you think Congress is posturing? Should the court step aside and let the files out? Drop your thoughts below. I actually read these comments, usually while drinking black coffee and shaking my head at the state of the Republic. Make sure to subscribe to America Patriots. hit that notification bell, and share this video with a friend who loves a little political spice. Stay strong, stay loud, stay free. America Patriots, signing off. United States fire.